So yesterday I discussed about Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 8th chapter. We are hearing from the Ramananda Samvad. Ramananda was answering the questions of Mahaprabhu. So what was the question? What was the answer? The Jiva should always remember to what? Remember the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Yesterday I told. Always remember Vishnu, never forget him. You should always remember to whom? Remember Krishna. And you should never forget him. This is the only rule and the only prohibition. Always remember God, never forget him. So in this context we heard also. Mahaprabhu also asked, amongst the meditation, what is the best meditation? In the meditation, you meditate in something which is given to you, like Dhyana. Like you meditate in some object of meditation. Smarana? Smarana, beginning? Yes.
पंचामृतम ध्यान नित्य जो है ये पंचामृत के जो है पान करते हैं।
Verse Manashiksha. Tadic. Smarana, Dharana, Dhyana, Smarana, Dharana, Dhyana, Dhruvanusmriti and Saman. Smaran. So there are 5 steps until Samadhi. So first step, Smarana. A little investigation or examination of Srihari's names, form and so on is called Smarana. You can find this in the Manashiksha, verse 11. When you think about some object, this is called smarana. Second, Dharana. Then second, Dharana. Dharana means to withdraw the mind, like you think about the form of the thing. To withdraw the mind from all external objects and fix it in a general way upon the names, form, etc. of Shihari is called Dharana. For example, you're thinking about someone. That form of that person comes to us when you hear. The person is black, is white. How is the person we are talking about? So this Dharana. Dharana means like the form. Material things or spiritual things, like the form that the person is coming to us. When we remember someone, we think about the form. This is Dharana. Then third, Dhyana. Dhyana is when you think again and again in that object with concentrated mind. This is Dhyana. Yesterday we spoke about Atma Dhyana. Atma Chintan. What is this? To meditate in your own form. So you meditate in yourself being one very beautiful gopi. Your form is so beautiful. And you're ornamented with many ornaments. Like you meditate in yourself as being a gopi. What is it? So this thing, again and again, you bring this to your heart. This is Dhyana. And slowly you become completely fixed in your object of meditation. So fourth stage is Dhruvanusmriti. Dhruvanusmriti means when again and again the thing is coming to your heart. Coming back, coming out and again back. Like when we chant the mantra, we have to meditate in the presiding deity of the mantra. Like if you're chanting Guru Mantra, you should meditate Dhyana in Gurudeva. The more you realize your swarupa, your form, the more your mind will be fixed. If your mind is not fixed, if your mind is disturbed, your mind will be running here and there. You cannot meditate in this condition. Your mind is going there, come back, because mind is so restless. Mind is very restless. So my mind, oh Radhe, how can I worship you? Even after so many days of bhajan and sadhana, still it's so hard to concentrate the mind. Is it possible? So maybe you're doing the bhajana for 25 years or for 50 years, even you cannot control your mind even after so many years of bhajan. So if you don't control your mind, if you won't control your mind, you cannot develop. Those who control the mind, they can develop. So you must control your mind. So to control the mind, there are two ways. What God told in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna told, oh Krishna, to control the mind is even harder than to control the wind. Arjuna told, oh my friend, please tell me. Mind is so restless, so powerful. The mind is so restless. Why the mind is restless? Because if your mind is not concentrated in Guru and Krishna,
संसारिक विषय में चले
if your
जाते
mind is going for material things,
हैं, तब मन
then your mind
चंचल
is restless.
है। जब मन की जब हम
But
भगवान में
when you
concentrate
concentrate your mind in Bhagavan,
करते हैं, तब जाएगी।
then your mind won't go anywhere.
यही तो कार्य है। इसलिए कार्य को बखान को सुनाते हैं।
So that story, which story?
है? द्रोणाचार्य सारे अपने शिष्यों को बुलाए।
Dronacharya
कौरव और
called
पांडवों को बुलाए।
Dronacharya called all his disciples, Kauravas and Pandavas,
ये मैंने जो तुम लोग को जो
and he told,
शिक्षा दी,
I taught you so many
कहाँ तक तुम लोग
archery knowledge.
पढ़े हो? परीक्षा तो
I
लेनी
want to
पड़ेगी।
test and see how much do you
मैंने स्कूल में
know.
क्या होता है?
So sometimes in school
एग्जाम होता है।
we have the exam.
न केवल पढ़ते ही जा रहे, पढ़ते ही जा रहे।
You're only continue studying. No, time to time the teacher is testing, like examining the students to see how much they've learned. So in the same way, Dronacharya, he called all his students, Kauravas and Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhim, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev. 5 Pandavas were called, and also the 100 brothers of Duryodhana were also called, Duryodhana, Dushasana, all of them. Okay, Dronacharya told, today I want to test, it's an examination day, I want to test them how much knowledge you have like acquired. So he brought like a bird, but it's not an a real bird, it was like a toy bird. And he put this toy bird on top of the tree, and he told everyone, you should aim at this bird.
तीन धनुष दे दिया। पहले दिया युधिष्ठिर को। युधिष्ठिर इस पक्षी के जो है आंखों की जो है ऊपर उसके तीर।
He told, actually Dronacharya told, you have to shoot the arrow in the eyes of the bird. In the eye of the bird. Okay, first was Yudhishthir. Then Dronacharya told, you should only shoot the arrow when I tell. So, okay. Then first was Yudhishthir. So Yudhishthir took his bow and arrow. Took the bow and arrow, they were like kids. Okay, tell me, what do you see? Dronacharya asked him. Gurudeva, I'm seeing everything. I'm not blind. I can see everything, Gurudeva. Yes, Gurudeva, I can see everything. Okay, tell me, do you see the bird? Yes, of course. Do you see those who are sitting under the tree? Yes, Gurudeva, of course. Do you see all the leaves of the tree? Yes, Gurudeva, of course, I can see all the leaves, I can see everything. And what is under the tree also? Yes. Do you see everything? Okay, sit down. What happened, Gurudeva? Okay, your aim is really nice, but sit down. So, all the other Pandavas, like Yudhishthir, they also gave the same answer like this. Then the Kauravas also, Duryodhana, Dushasana, all of them they give answer just like Yudhishthir. Yeah, Gurudeva, I can see everything. Then he called Arjun. Arjun, what do you see? Hey Gurudev, I don't see anything else. I only see the pupil of the eyes of the bird. Do you see the tree? No. Do you see your brothers underneath? Do you see them? Of course not. Completely no. What do you see? What are you seeing? Gurudeva, I only see the pupil of the eyes of that bird. We have this the pupil of the eyes of the bird. And this doll bird, the toy bird, had also pupil in its eyes. I don't even see the eyes. I only see the pupil. This black point inside in the middle. I can only see that. Then Dronacharya told, okay, shoot the arrow. Shoot. And then he shot. So what is the teaching in this story? When our mind is one-pointed, concentrated, in what? In our object of meditation, then your mind will not go here and there. If your mind is not concentrated, fixed, then it's like a mess. But why the mind is like this? Asat sanga. This is the reason. Bad association. Cause and effect theory. It's a consequence of bad association. Cause and effect come and make your heart, your mind disturbed. You cannot fix your mind. This is because of bad association. So you should fix your mind. If you are not entering in the Siddhanta, other people will come and they will contaminate your heart. You are hearing everyone, you think everyone's right? Right? Do you understand? But when you're fixed, just like the pole star, Dhruva Nakshatra, then your heart will be fixed. Do or die. It's do or die. So when you fix your mind like this, like a fixed goal in your life, then you die. Fear. So you'll have no fear. So you have to fix your goal. What do you have to do? Okay, so then you come to the stage of Samadhi. What is the meaning of Samadhi? Dhi means your intelligence, mind, heart is completely fixed. Completely fixed. Fix your heart, just like Parikshit Maharaj. Shukadeva Gosvami told the Bhagavatam for 7 days. Bhagavatam was over, finished. Then Shukadeva Goswami himself told Parikshit, now you have to fix your heart, your mind, and remember your Ishtadev. According to the instructions of Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj meditated, fixed in his object of meditation. He was not even remembering his own body. He had gone already to the transcendental world. Later on, the Taksha came and bite him. This was nothing, actually, nothing. Oh yeah, I was speaking about Samadhi. 2 kinds of Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi and another is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Another Sahaja Samadhi also. So 3 kinds of Samadhi. Shastra explains. Do you understand? What did I say? How many kinds of Samadhi? 3. Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Sahaja Samadhi. The Samadhi of Advaitavadis, impersonalist, monists, is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. They are meditating something without a form. This is something you should give it up. Something that you should reject. This is called Triputi Binash. What is Triputi Binash? Destruction of 3 things. Sadhan. The Mayavadis, they wear 3 lines in their foreheads. You know, like the tilaka, it's like 3 lines. So it's the destruction of sadhana, sadhya and sadhaka. Destruction of the 3 of them. They think everything is only one. Putti means? Putti.
उसी कहते हैं ब्रह्म लय में चले जाते हैं।
Putti. Putti. Sri Putti.
ब्रह्म विशेष निराकार में वो चले जाते हैं। इसी कहता है निर्विकल्प। So they want to merge in Brahma without a form. So this is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Remember. Another Savikalpa Samadhi, when you meditate in the also that object of meditation, and then you establish yourself in your Atma swaroop, in the form of your soul, and then you serve your object of meditation. And Sahaja Samadhi, what is it? Is when spontaneously you are fixed. Example is the gopis. The love that the gopis have for Krishna is not something material. Material love, lust, no. No. The love of the gopis is Sahaja Samadhi, spontaneous absorption. Whenever they walk, they always see Krishna only. Wherever they look at, they only see Krishna. Like they're completely spontaneously absorbed in him. And Srimati Radhika only sees Krishna inside and outside. Wherever she looks, she only sees Krishna. That's why she's called Krishnamayi. She doesn't see anything else besides Krishna. Everywhere she only sees Krishna, Krishna. Srimati Radhika is called Krishnamayi. Krishnamayi means she's completely absorbed. She only sees Krishna everywhere. That's it. Everywhere. Only serving Krishna. She only sees Krishna everywhere. This is not possible for a sadhaka. It's not possible for a sadhaka. It is only possible for a Nitya Siddha Parikar, eternal associates. This is for eternal associates. Now can you do that? Can you do that now? No. Hindi is out. Hindi is not working. Valeu, Prabhu. Pode avisar para você sempre que der alguma coisa aqui. First canto, Bhagavatam, second chapter, fourth. So 1.2.4, saying what? When your mind is fixed in Bhagavan, then your heart will never become disturbed. उसी की कीर्ति आदि यानी उनकी जस गुण कथा को ही
So to glorify him,
राधा जी कृष्ण कथा छोड़कर क्या बोलते?
This is Dhyana. Srimati Radhika doesn't speak about anything besides Krishna.
सखियों के साथ कृष्ण कथा हम लोग क्या करते हैं? बड़ी समय स्वीकार कर लेते हैं, इसके साथ बैठ जाते हैं.
So sometimes we sit with other people, speak about other things. We discuss about other people's lives, other things. He's not there, he's not like this. We are not seeing ourselves, but we are seeing and speaking about other people, like speaking bad things about other people. And we are like this, speaking and discussing about other people's lives. But Srimati Radhika sits with her friends and she's like, oh, my friends, just tell me about Govinda. Venugita, so beautiful, describe the beautiful form of Krishna. Once, Srimati Radhika, she had just met with Krishna and she was coming outside the kunja. She came out of the kunja. Then Lalita Sakhi, she was just in the entrance of the kunja. And Lalita said, "Hey Radhe, describe the form of Krishna. How was the form that you saw today? Tell me something about your realization." Then Srimati Radhika started to cry. She said, "My friend, I haven't ever seen Krishna my whole life. How can I describe his form? I don't know how is this Shyam." Brajavasi, they also sing this in the Kirtan. How is this Shyam? This one with the crooked side, long lens. Oh, my friend, I don't know how is he. But then Lalita said, "But we were just with him just now." Srimati Radhika cried and said, "Lalita, oh my friend, if you have seen him, you describe his form." See her bhav. She absorbed in bhav. Like you can you can describe someone's form when you're like outside, like in the marginal, like outside neutral. But if you're completely immersed, completely together, you cannot even describe. That's why, like when Shukadeva Goswami was describing about the gopis in the Bhagavatam, he was so absorbed. Then he was completely like in Samadhi. 6 months he would be fainted for 6 months. How to speak in Harikatha? Fainted. So those who are speaking Katha, I told that they 4 kinds of Katha Bachak, 4 kinds of Bhukta, means 4 kinds of speakers of Harikatha, 4 kinds. The best one is Shukadeva Goswami. The example was given, Shukadeva Goswami. So he was completely absorbed in Samadhi. And then he would faint for months. Sanatana Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti in the commentary, they explain. Samasik Bhaved Murcha means when he would remember Srimati Radhika and the gopis, immediately Shukadeva Goswami would faint. He would faint. How to speak something? Fainted, like unconscious. So that's why when he spoke, he would speak Tatastha. Like when he would speak in a Tatastha mode. Tatastha mode, like marginal mode. I don't know how to translate that. But anyway, he was also in Samadhi. I told them. Shukadeva Goswami told, "Who is my guru?" Srimati Radhika. Also, if we speak about Guru Tattva, in the Tattva Vichara, who is the guru? Krishna Vande Jagat Guru. Krishna Vande Jagat Guru is the Tattva Vichara. Krishna is the original guru of the universe. And in Rasa Vichara, who is the guru? Srimati Radhika. Krishna himself said, Srimati Radhika is my guru and I am her disciple. Krishna himself said, who is my guru? Srimati Radhika, and I am her disciple. Whatever she wants, I do. Like I dance as she desires. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains. So I dance according to the desire of my guru. I dance as she wishes. This is the highest explanation I'm saying. So Guru says stand up, you stand up. Guru says sit down, you sit down. Do you understand? Hold your ears, and you hold your ears. You can see in the YouTube Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj one lecture. Have you seen it? So Krishna, who is the Lord of all the universes, he is the Ashray and the Vishay. This Krishna, who is the Ashray and Vishay of all the 12 rasas. he is also, Srimati Radhika is making him dance or making him do whatever she wants. Kasmat Vrinde. Once Srimati Radhika, she was with her friends, sitting down, and Brinda Devi came smiling in that where they were. Then Srimati Radhika saw Brinda Devi and said, Kasmat Brinde? Hey Brinde, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from, Brinde? She said, I'm coming from your Radha Kunda. Tava Kundat. I'm coming from Radha Kunda. Then Srimati Radhika asked, have you seen my Prana-Govinda? Yes, I've seen him. So in Braja they are singing, Kauna mero Shyam dekha? Have you seen my Shyam? Radha, I have seen your Shyam in Vrindavan. Have you seen my Shyam? Radha, I saw your Shyam in Vrindavan. He was dancing rasa. Who has seen my Shyam? This kirtan is so beautiful. Kauna mero Shyam dekho? Who has seen my Shyam? He who is playing the rasa. This kirtan explains. Oh Radha, we saw your Shyam in the Radha Kunda. He was playing the flute. This kirtan is so beautiful. The bhav is like this. Okay, those who do kirtan, they do the kirtan, but the bhav. But those who realize this bhav, they are very exalted. So, Srimati Radhika asked, hey Brinde, you are coming from Radha Kunda. Have you seen my Prana-Govinda? Yes. I've seen him in your kunda. Kim kurte, what is he doing? Nritta shikshayanti. He's learning how to dance. He's learning how to dance in the Radha Kunda. Do you understand? Who is his guru? His teacher. Because if you learn anything, you need a guru or a teacher, shiksha guru, right? At least two gurus you need, two teachers. Which guru? A diksha guru and a shiksha guru. Okay, who is the shiksha guru? All the trees in the Radha Kunda. He's thinking, you are those trees. And he's learning from the trees. So all the trees in the Radha Kunda. Krishna is thinking, all these trees are your form. The form of Srimati Radhika, and he's learning to dance from them. How? When the branches of the tree are moving, Krishna is thinking, oh, Srimati Radhika is teaching me how to move the hands and everything. You know Odissi dance? Those who learn Odissi, they know even how to move their eyes, their feet, their legs, their hands, all the limbs of the body. They have to move properly, and they learn how to do that. Even the fingers, how to move the fingers, even the eyebrows, everything. There's an art in each movement of the body. How to speak. What I want to say is that Krishna himself said, so in the topmost Rasa Madhurya, who is the Guru? Srimati Radhika. So Krishna himself thinks Srimati Radhika is my Guru. Krishna says, whatever she tells me to do, I will do. What is the meaning of guru?
शिष्य के क्या करे?
Means the guru makes the disciple dance or makes the disciple do whatever he wants, just like a puppet.
कठपुतली समझते हैं?
You know what is a puppet?
वो ये रहता है।
A puppet is controlled by strings,
उंगली के द्वारा जैसे करते
and accordingly to the movement of the fingers of the person who is controlling the puppet will move accordingly. Have you seen this kind of presentation of puppet presentation? In YouTube you can see.
हैं। आजकल तो ये सब नहीं।
Nowadays you can see in the YouTube.
आजकल तो सब
Nowadays nobody sees this anymore. This kind of presentation of puppet and
इसलिए
So,
तत्व-सिद्धांत में कृष्ण की
in the tattva-siddhanta.
कृष्ण बंदे वही कृष्ण के प्रणाम बलदेव प्रभु है अखंड गुरु
So the manifestation of Krishna is Baladev Prabhu.
और गुरुदेव की प्रकाश
He is the Akhanda Guru Tattva,
प्रकाश विग्रह
undivided Guru principle of Guru. And the Gurudeva is the manifestation of Baladev Prabhu.
किंतु रस विचार में गुरु कौन होता
So,
है?
but in Rasa Vichara, who is the original Guru? Srimati Radhika.
सर्वोत्तम विचार
This is the highest conception.
सर्वोत्तम विचार में गुरु कौन है?
So in the highest conception, who is our Guru? Srimati Radhika.
और वही गुरु के अनुगत उस गुरु के सेवा के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है?
So,
मंदिर के अनुगत करना पड़ता है।
To serve this Guru, Srimati Radhika must be under the guidance of the Manjaris.
सेवा कैसे हो?
How to serve Srimati Radhika?
मंदिर की
Under the guidance of the Manjaris.
मंदिर के अनुगत में मंदिर के अनुगत में
Under the guidance of Rupa Manjari, etc. That's why Narottam Das Thakur is saying, when Lokanatha will take me along with him, and he will surrender me to the feet of Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari. When this day will come, Narmasaki. Narmasakis will chastise me and discipline me, give me discipline. So when you are under the guidance, that person is chastising you. If you're not under the guidance, Anugata, that person will not chastise you. What is Anugata? Completely, absolutely surrendered. So your Anugata means you're completely surrendered to that person. Before that, if the person chastises you, you'll run away. You'll run away if they chastise you. Ah, Gurudeva, chastise me, Gurudeva, chastise me. Ah, yeah? I'll chastise you, and then how can I chastise you? I speak 2 words to you, and then you run away. Ah, this Guru is not proper, not good Guru. So when the Guru chastises the disciple thinks, this Guru is not good. Then if in this moment, another person comes and tells you, oh yeah, this Guru is not good, yeah, I'll bring you to a good Guru in Babaji Sampradaya, or another Guru. That Guru doesn't know any tattva-siddhanta, nothing. He will just give you Manjari Bhav. Yes. Come with me. You'll meet this Guru in the Radha Kunda. Where? In the Radha Kunda. Oh. The place is very nice. The best place, huh? Radha Kunda. But these are others are only speaking about Tata. Who can understand that? Let's go to Radha Kunda. Let's find the best Guru in the Radha Kunda. Then you go there, then you realize you'll disgrace your life. You'll throw your life in the, you finish your life. Yeah, you'll become a gopi. Yeah, you'll be immersed in rasa. When you go there, you see a hellish life. That life is actually called hellish life. Narak Jivan. It's a hellish life. Stupid nonsense. Now you don't know, but those who go there, then they get to know. And then when you realize how is the hellish life there, you cannot go out. So Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, one time one disciple told Gurudeva, I want to stay in Radha Kunda. He said no. your Radha Kunda will become Naraka Kunda, will be the hell for you. So those sadhana bhajans slowly chant holy names. Understand? You don't have taste in chanting? How many rounds you chant? 1 round, 2, even 2 rounds you don't chant sometimes. 10 chant or not. And you want Manjari Bhav. Because you want the highest thing, huh? Oh yeah, take your, and the gurus there are like, oh, take your Manjari swaroop, take your form as Manjari. Rasagula Manjari, Jamun Manjari, or imaginary names of Gopi, of Manjaris they are giving. Oh yeah, this is good. They will preach to you. So they will preach to you, oh yeah, look, I have reached the Manjari Bhav. This is all hell, narak. First do sadhana. Fix your mind first. Do you understand? I'm not prohibiting to listen to Harikatha. But if you're not like that, then no benefit. Maybe you'll become Sahaja Sakibiki. So first chant holy names. Slowly serve the Guru and chant. Have Nishtha and develop. How many have come, how many have gone? Come and go. So many come and go. No benefit. Then the life become a hellish life. Narak Jivan. After the death, they go to hell. Nothing else. The Jamadutas will beat them nicely. Will beat them a lot. So, sadhu, saudhan, devotees, be careful. So Narottam Das Thakur said, when my Gurudev Lokanath will take me along with him and offer me to the feet of Rupa, when he will hold me by the hands and offer me where? To Rupa Goswami. Lokanath Das Goswami is the Guru of Narottam Das Thakur. When the Guru accepts, and when when the disciple accepts the chastisement of the Guru, the disciple's life is successful that day. You see, Krishna also accepts the chastisement of Srimati Radhika. She's saying, stand up, he stands up, sit down. He sits down. Then she says, right, like make some ornaments on my body. And then she says, put altar on my feet. You know, when we go to Javert, we hear all this. Now this Katha about Pahari is different, but in Javert. What is the meaning of Javert? Under this tree, these pastimes took place. Also, Javert, means one kind of fruit with some liquid in this fruit. With this fruit, liquid, Krishna is like, you know, like people put tattoo, mehendi, not mehendi. Like, you know, like this kind of things you put in the body, like a design, but later it goes away, like some painting in the body. So Srimati Radhika tells Krishna to put these things in her sometimes. So the name of the village is Javert. Beautiful pastimes took place there. So many beautiful Milan Lila pastimes of Radha Krishna. Srimati Radhika is in Man. Then to pacify the man of Srimati Radhika, Krishna, he comes as like a beggar, begging alms. Or like sometimes Krishna comes as an Advaitavadi sannyasi. Krishna is pretending to be a sannyasi. Then Jatila Kotila are making the cow dung patties, and Krishna comes like a beggar, begging for alms. Bhikshandehi, give me donation. Oh, Sadhu came. Jatila Kotila said, we are making cow dung patties. We haven't even bathed yet. We didn't bathe. Then Krishna told, I will not take donation from widows. Is there any girl who is married in the house? I am not this kind of sadhu that will take donation from any person. I will not take donation from widows. No. I'm going. If there's someone who is married in your house, then I can take donation. Jatila Kotila, wait, we have daughter-in-law. She's really pure and chaste. Who? Srimati Radhika. Okay, bring her. Jatila said, oh Bahu, daughter-in-law, a saint came, give donation to him. Srimati Radhika said, no. Every day you tell me that I am unchaste, impure. I don't want to give donation. And also I don't want to see any man. Jatila said, but if the sadhu goes away from our house like this, all my punya will be, all my pious deeds will be over. So if the sadhu came to your house, you didn't give anything to him, all your punya is destroyed. In the Sitaharan, we see this, how Sita was kidnapped. Sadhu, Ravana came in, pretending he was a sadhu, asking for donation. So Jatila Kotila said, we don't know which kind of sadhu is he, but imagine if he curses us. It will be terrible. Maybe he'll take all our pious deeds, all our cows will die. Krishna is also nothing less. Krishna said, I am a sadhu. If you don't give donation to sadhu, this will happen to your son, this and that. Hearing this, they were, Jatila Kotila were afraid and, oh, daughter-in-law, give some donation to him. Okay. Krishna came inside. Give donation, Bhikshandehi. Then Srimati Radhika, she was wearing the veil, covering her head, and in her hand, she brought a pot full of atta, full of flour, wheat flour. Krishna opened his like a cloth where people put the donation in. Krishna is also nothing less. Are you a widow or not? How can I say no if you're a widow or not? I made a vow in my life, Krishna told. I would never take a donation from widows. So I want to see if you're a widow or not. How can I know if you're married or not? I'm going. Then Srimati Radhika understood. Because the smell of Krishna's body, Srimati Radhika realized that it's Krishna just for the smell. Oh, is that Krishna? Chitta. So Srimati Radhika took the flour, wheat flour, and instead of putting the head of Krishna, she threw all the flour in the head of Krishna, all the wheat flour. This lila is very nice, very beautiful. Then Krishna said, Srimati Radhika, give up your man. Then she smiled. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti, his Rasika Acharyas have described these lilas. Beautiful kathas. Sometimes I present this katha when it's time. There's some time. Do you understand or not? Listen Lila Katha. Listen to Lila Katha. Here, these kathas, Shukadeva Goswami told Maharaj Prakit, all the tattva-siddhanta I told you, the meaning of all the tattva-siddhanta is to remember the Leelas actually. You have to remember these Leelas of Krishna and become like meditating them, Dhyana. Tattva-siddhanta is there, yes, but the Leela is more prominent. The Kanishtha-adhikaris, they like to hear Leelas, but the Uttama-adhikari also they like Leelas, but the Madhyam-adhikari they prefer tattva-siddhanta. So the Kanishtha-adhikari, if he hears too much tattva, they're like, Maharaj, I don't understand. They go away. The Kanishtha-adhikari hear too much tattva-siddhanta, they go away, Maharaj. So when I say Vadanti Tattva Vidas, I see that the door is open, everybody just flees away when I start with the tattva. Ay, Maharaj, what is this? Oh my God. Too much tattva, too much information. Because the Kanishtha-adhikari doesn't want to hear so much tattva-siddhanta. They want to hear what? Kanishtha-adhikaris, they want to hear Lila Katha. Ah, Maharaj, very nice, very nice, very nice. Uttam Bhagavata also, naturally, he's always remembering the Leelas only. Sometimes the Kanishta and the Uttam have the same symptoms. But the Uttama-adhikari is established already in the tattva-siddhanta. Isn't it? Like the kid will say, Father, you're telling me to study, but you don't study yourself. Then the father says, oh my kid, I have already studied everything, but now you have to study. Papa, you are not studying, and you're telling me I should study. But the father has already studied everything, isn't it? The father has already done the graduation, master's degree, PhD. But the kid, the child is thinking, my father is not studying and he's telling me to study. But the kid doesn't know the father has already done everything, all the studies, completed the studies. So the Uttama-adhikari, he has already been established in the tattva-siddhanta already. Now he's only remembering Leelas. But the Kanishtha-adhikari, they don't want to hear tattva-siddhanta. Maharaj, what is this? Even my head is aching because of this tattva-siddhanta. And the Madhyam-adhikari, they want to hear tattva-siddhanta, Madhyam-adhikaris. Because with the tattva-siddhanta, you can relish the rasa madhurya. But only tattva is gyan. So in the commentaries we see in the tattva-siddhanta you have to hear rasa madhurya katha, and also you have to balance both of them, tattva-siddhanta and rasa madhurya. You have to take both with you and balancing. Just like when a river flows, two banks of the river are going together along. So one is the bank of the tattva-siddhanta, another is the bank of rasa-siddhanta. Srila Jiva Goswami, in his commentary, he very beautifully describes all this. Only hearing tattva, then you feel headache. But only rasa also, maybe you become a Sahaja, Sakibek, you start to imitate. So at the same time, we should tattva and rasa, both. Tattva vichar and rasa vichar. In this way, your heart will be full of mellows.
इसलिए बीच-बीच में
So time to time,
क्या सुनना चाहिए?
what you should hear,
लीला कथा भी सुननी चाहिए।
Lila
फिर
Kata,
सुनना चाहिए।
and also tattva you should hear.
नाटक को बिना ही चित्त प्रसन्न रहते।
When you see a drama, you like also, no? Yesterday it was nice, no? The dance, very nice. They did very nice.
अच्छा लगा कि नहीं?
Did you like it or not?
नंद को आनंद भाई जय करेंगे लाल की हाथी को बड़ा गोपाल। हैं? कृष्ण के जन्म उत्सव पर
For the birth of Krishna,
ब्रजवासी लोग कैसे
the Vrajavasis, they celebrated big festival. They showed a glimpse, little bit. What can I describe how the Vrajavasis are happy in Krishna's birth? Did you like it or not? I wanted them to make more. To look like one second only they performed. If it was 1 hour, half an hour, then I will feel the bliss, the happiness watching this. But in the transcendental world, it's unlimited. The lila is going on and on and on and on. Ananda Samudra Magna, immerse in yourself in the ocean of bliss. Completely. So beautiful. Yesterday you saw or not? The girls, they were performing the dance. It was nice or not? In the spiritual world. And also when Krishna appeared in this world, Prakat Lila. When Krishna performed pastimes in this world. When Krishna was born, how the Brajavasis, they celebrated a great festival for him. Like they were so happy. What can I tell you? In the book Gopal Champu, we see all this beautifully described. Very nice. So time to time there should be a key. Not a Lila? Lila Kata or Lila Nataka? Okay, should be also some Lila Kata, time to time. Time is up? No. The only actually object meditation is Vrindavan. So giving up everything, the last residence for the souls is Vrindavana Bhumi, where the eternal pastimes are going on. When you say Vrindavan, we hear about two Vrindavanas. One is Pancha Kroshi Vrindavan, 5 Krosh Vrindavan. You know, we do the parikrama also. We do the parikrama, circumambulating this 5 Kroshi Vrindavan. We are going to the banks of the Jamuna. You remember all these pastime places. Start from Keshigat, the parikrama. Then you go to Panigaon, walking. Remember all these pastimes. Then there is the Jugala Ghat, isn't it? So beautiful. Look at the name, Jugala Ghat. The place where Srimati Radhika used to come to fetch water in the Jamuna. And they used to meet hiddenly. So it's called Jugala Ghat. The name of the ghat, placed in the bank of the river, is Jugala Ghat. The Vrajavas, they give jai to Jugala Sarkar, means the lordships, the divine couple, our lordships. Kalpa Videshwari Kata. There's not only one lila. In different days of Brahma, the lila is different. The lilas are unlimited. This is the meaning of doing Vrindavana Parikrama. You're only walking. Morning walk. I did Vrindavan Parikrama, I did a morning walk. No. Chanting holy names, slowly. you should remember these leelas when you do the parikrama of Vrindavan. Otherwise, you took your japamala in your hand for 3 hours. You couldn't even complete one round in the 3 hours parikrama. 2-3 people together, just speaking, whole parikrama, speaking about material things. Oh, I did complete parikrama. I did complete Govardhan parikrama, 6 hours. Ah, yeah, you did complete parikrama. I didn't even chant one round. How possible? Because I was with my friends and I spoke everything that happened, all the family affairs, everything. We spoke about all the affairs, everything we had to speak, we spoke. And we ate also some chickpea and it was so nice and we discussed everything. No. We have to go with the devotees who have prem and listen to Harikatha from them. And they will describe the places, or this place happened, this, that. That's why. What is his name? Narottam, Shamananda and Srinivas Acharya. They did Vrindavana Parikrama with whom? So Raghava Pandita, have you heard about this or not? You forget, but you actually heard, but you forget. You know, Raghava Pandita, what he did? He took them for parikrama, Narottam, Shamanand, Srinivas. So they used to do parikrama together. You know, the cave of Raghava Pandita is there near the Rasasthali in Govardhan, near the Apsara Konda and Naval Konda. So at that temple, Srinathji Mandir is there. But behind, if you give some around, there is a cave. In that cave, Raghava Pandita used to stay there. Where we give Harikatha there, that place. Rasasthali, in the Govardhan Parikrama. Before, in time of Gurudeva, I saw. There was one tamal tree and one kadamba tree. And they were completely united, the two trees. Many trees are also there, tamal, but slowly they disappeared and they dried also up. But now it's like now they made like a stage there, like this. Slowly everything is disappearing. Like before there were many trees, tamal trees, now they all disappeared. They are not there anymore. At the time I saw, there was one tamal tree and one kandaba tree. They were completely united. And in the middle there was a gap, and you can even go underneath. But they also dried and disappeared. So that place is the Rasasthali in Govardhan. Because in one side there is the Navala Kunda and the other side Apsara Kunda. And behind, Puchariki Lota is there. You know, Puchariki Lota is like the place where you give round and go back in Govardhan Parikrama. Srinathji Mandir is also there. So there is a big place there. This is Rasasthali in the Govardhan Parikrama. Divine transcendental land. So what I want to say is that Raghav Pandit used to do parikrama with them, and the book called Bhakti Ratnakar is describing all this. You don't have time even to read the books. Do you read the books? You should read. Have to read. The worst is that actually all these books are in Bengali, but you don't read Bengali. This is the worst. Like this is the worst thing, is that all these books are in Bengali and you cannot even read Bengali. If you really want to accept this, to study the conceptions of Mahaprabhu, you have to study Bengali and understand Bengali. Chaitanya Charitamrita is in Hindi already completely manifested or not? But at least in Hindi something. For the Hindis, the speakers of Hindi, they got this great contribution of the Chaitanya Charitamrita also. They got. But this book I told the name, Bhakti Ratnakar, it's in Bengali. It's describing all this, very beautiful book. How to do Brajamandala Parikrama, the place of Brajamandala Parikrama. You have to read this. If you read this book, Bhakti Ratnakar, you'll be very happy because you'll understand how to make Vrindavan Parikrama and many things about Vrindavan. So I told 2 kinds of Vrindavan Parikrama, Panchakroshi Vrindavan, 5 Kroshi Parikrama, and Brihad Vrindavan. Brihad Vrindavan includes Radha Kunda, Nandagaon. This is like the great Vrindavan. It's called the Chaurasi Parikrama, 84 Krosh Vrindavan, 84 Krosh outside. One time Gurudev told to arrange. When the time of Gurudeva we couldn't arrange like this parikrama in the circumference of outside Vrindavan. Take at least 12 or 14 days. And also a lot of jungle is there to make this parikrama around Vrindavan. Vallabhacha? People from the Vallabh Sampradaya, the people of Gujarat, they do this parikrama and they take a stick in their hand and they do the parikrama. They start in the Guru Purnima. The devotees from Gujarat. If you describe about bhakti, they are doing a lot. Because Vallabhacharya came and he has given prema in Gujarat. Gujarat is one state of India. So Gujarat, before Bhakti Devi said, she said she was born in Dravili. Sorry, not Dravili, Tamil, in south of India. Dravili? Anyway, Bhakti Devi told, I was born in South India, then I grew up, then I got 2 kids, Jnana and Vairagya. But when I went to Gujar means Gujarat. When I went there, I became old and my 2 kids became young. Then when I left Gujarat and came to Vrindavan, then opposite happened. I became young, mother became young, and 2 kids became old. Does this happen? No. So something amazing, huh? So Gujarstal, this Gujarat. But Vallabhacharya has given the flood of prem there. If you really analyze these subtle conceptions, you see, of all the devotees in India, the devotees from Gujarat, they're coming first in the list, top of the list. If you analyze all the devotees from India, even compared to the Bengali devotees also. Vrindavan, devotees from Vrindavan, if you make a list of all the devotees, you see the devotees from Gujarat, they're foremost. Because devotees from Gujarat, they have a natural tendency. They use all their wealth for the service of Bhagavan. When I go to England, Western countries, I see there's some temples of Gujarati people. But they go to the group of Swami Narayana there. This was their association. Anyway, but if you see the temple, their temple, I go to London, I see it looks like an airport. The area of the temple is gigantic. In Delhi also they have. So they earn a lot of money and they use all this money for the service of Bhagavan. So much money. the Gujarati devotees. This is true. I have to tell the truth. Very nice. They put everything in service. They get a lot of money. Yeah, they are all businessmen. The Gujaratis, they're really intelligent. Gujarati people. They have money, they have intelligence, yes. This Marwari is one caste of Gujarat. Very nice. But this little bit different, this businessman. But the Gujaratis, they are also very religious. Really religious, all the Gujaratis people. This is true. I have to tell the truth. I've seen. Who is giving the money for this Swaminarayana Mandir? Oh, the Gujarati people. Anyway. So one is Panchakroshi Vrindavan and another is Brihad Vrindavan. But remember, to do Vrindavan Parikrama, you have to do Navadvipa Parikrama. Without the mercy of Guru Sundar, you cannot enter Vrindavan Dham. So Vrindavana Bhumi is the place for the Nitya Ras, Nidhuvan, Nikunjavan, Radha Kunda. These are places ruled by Srimati Radhika. So the highest Rasa Leela place is the Radha Kunda. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti wrote a book, Udbar Ras. The name of the book is Udbhat Ras. The name is very beautiful. The name of the book. I have this book, so beautiful. So much happiness. So if you read the book of Vishwanath Chakravarti, you only feel bliss and bliss. So in Vrindavan is going on the Nitya Ras. So Srimad Bhagavatam speaks only about Saradiya Ras, autumn season Ras Leela. Jayadev, in the Gita Govinda, he spoke about Vasantik Ras, spring season Ras Leela. So in Vrindavan is going on the Nitya Leela Ras. So, what is the best worshipful deity? Names of Radha and Krishna. So the best thing to hear, so the best thing to hear is to hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. The best thing to hear is to hear Radha Krishna Prema Keli, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So the name of the book is Dan Keli Komadi. Have you heard this name? You never read the book, at least hear the name of the book. Rupa Goswami's book, Dan Keli Komadi. I translated wrong. I translated like, what is the best meditation is the names of Radha and Krishna. Please delete these. Actually, Gurudeva, the shloka of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I don't know exactly which shloka he's reading. Anyway. Okay? Okay. Because of like down, you lost all your money. I don't even know how you're sitting here. those who have money, those who have money, they are not sitting down all the time. Like those who are businessmen, they're only thinking about how to get the money, how to manage the money. Sometimes I tell them story. The story that so one goldsmith, a person who is selling gold, one time he had a fever. The son told, "My father, stay in the house, please. You're sick." But the father didn't want to stop going to the shop. So his fever was going up and up. The son called the doctor and to take care of the father. Still the father wanted to go to work. "Father, take rest." No. His fever was going up. Then he even fell down. Doctor came. Doctor told, his fever is really high fever. But the person thought, oh, the rate of the gold is high. He thought like this. Do you understand? "Oh, my son," the father told. Okay, so son was asking the doctor, what is the temperature of his fever? "Oh, very high." "How high?" 104 degrees, 104. But the man thought the rate of the gold was very high, like this, 106. So I never heard somebody had 108 degrees of fever, but okay, 106. And the man was thinking, the rate of the gold was 106. He told the son, "Son, I bought it for 100. So sell now, sell it immediately, because I bought it for 100. Then he said like this and he died. He died. So he was so absorbed in gold, in his business only. Isn't it? So this example is given. Absorption. Just like a person who is always 24/7 absorbed in earning money and taking care of his money and all this. A pure devotee is 24 hours, 24/7 remembering God, absorbed. Não, eu traduzi errado. Essa because I don't have the book, the Chitta the shloka where Gurudeva is saying. So Gurudeva told one verse, then I just translated wrong the verse, like not perfect translation, because I didn't know which verse and I understood wrong. So anyway, Gurudeva is saying, what is the best thing to hear? To hear is, we have to hear the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, is the best thing to hear. So Radha Krishna Keli. Keli is called these pastimes of Radha Krishna. Like Dan Keli Komodi. Keli refers to these pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Very intimate. What do you know about this? Come on. Dan Keli Komodi is so beautiful. Prabhupada also wrote, you should memorize this verse. Do you have you memorized this verse? Vikritam Vrajavadubiridan Chavish. the dealings of Krishna and the gopis, these loving dealings of Krishna and the gopis. How to hear them? With faith, with strong faith. And Anushranyat means many meanings. One meaning is from the mouth of Guru. Another meaning is Anu means also incessantly. Not only one time you should hear. Again and again you should hear it. So how many times you have to hear? Again and again. Anushranyat, another meaning, also here under the guidance. Anugatena, under the guidance of Guru. Under the guidance of Guru, you hear this Rasalila Katha. So listen incessantly. You think only time you heard and it's enough? No, you have to hear again and again. After hearing, you should describe, glorify whatever you heard, you speak. If you do this, para-bhakti will come in your heart, topmost bhakti. And also, all the hridaroga means the disease of the heart. What is the worst disease we have in our hearts? Is the lust. So we are absorbed in sense gratification, material desires. When Nityananda will give mercy to me, all my material desires will become insignificant. When my mind will be pure and I will see Vrindavana Dham. So beautiful this mood. Learn some Bengali and you'll feel so much happiness. Do you understand? So the people who speak Hindi, they are giving example from Hindi songs. But all the kathas, when I speak, I always quote Goswami songs and also Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs in Bengali. Because the katha of Narottama, Shyamananda, Srinivas, all them, their katha have potency because they are our Guru Vargas, our Guru Parampara. They are the Goswamis of our Sampradaya. That's why we always... So this kirtan of the Hindi Vasis, Hindi-speaking people. So there's Raskan Katha, Surdas. But you can analyze if this the person is from your own Sampradaya, there is a potency there, a Shakti. For example, a kirtan of Narottam Das Thakur. The Shakti of Narottam Das Thakur will enter your heart if you quote his. Because this is the vichar of your own Sampradaya, the conception of your own Sampradaya. You are from the Gaudiya Sampradaya or not? Yes. So the list of Gaudiya Sampradaya, who is there? Narottam, Shyamananda, Srinivas, Suradasa is one poet also. He's not in the list of Gaudiya Sampradaya. Just for Lokaranjan, to entertaining the people, giving happiness to people. So these are verses from Raskan, Gurudev is saying just now. I want to be born again and again Vrindavan and be the servant of Srimati Radhika. She is my mistress. But when we sing this Radha Krishna Pranamur. This is a Bengali kirtan. So this is the mood of Narottam Das Thakur come to you. Gurudev told, used to say, I'm not saying Gurudev used to say. Because the vichar of your own Sampradaya. Some people say, why stay in the Sampradaya? Padma Purana explains, there is evidence. If you take the mantra out of Sampradaya, there is no fruit in the mantra, no benefit in chanting the mantra. The potency of the mantra you will not be able to attain if you take the mantra outside of the Sampradaya. So Sampradaya is really important. Some people say, I don't want to be sectarian. Some people say, I don't want to be sectarian. Some people say like this. This is Bengali bhajans. I am Hindustani, Pakistani. So, no, but it's not like that. This is the vichar of the Sampradaya. You have to accept it. You have to be under the guidance of the Sampradaya and receive the mantra. Then you'll be able to get the fruit of the mantra. How many Sampradayas are there? 4. Shiv Brahma, Rudra, Sanaka. And our Sampradaya is Brahma Madhya Gauriya Sampradaya. So Gauriya Sampradaya, the conception of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Do you understand? It's not a matter of Bengali, Hindustani, Pakistani, like the region of India. No. It's the conception of the acharyas, and you have to accept it. You must accept it. Then this Vraja Bhav, mode of Braj will come to you, otherwise not. If you're not under the guidance of Narottama Shamananda Srinivasa Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, if you don't accept their conceptions, how to get this mood? Especially this Vidyapati Chandidas also. Their books, the books in Hindi is nothing next to the books of Vidyapati Chandidas. Analyze it, think it over. The bhavas of Chandidas and Vidyapati. In any book in Hindi you cannot find this kind of moods. So beautiful, these books of Vidyapati Chandidas. They're all in Bengali, So you see, all our Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, he wrote in Hindi, Rupa Goswami. He wrote in Sanskrit. It's a shloka in Sanskrit, but he's like writing in Bengali. You want to be Rupanuga, right? How to get this bhav? You must learn Bengali, Gurudev told. Gurudev Sri Goswami Maharaj told that his Gurudev told him to learn Bengali. He learned then he read all the books. If you don't learn Bengali, how can you read these books and how can you get this bhav? Nowadays there is some books in Hindi from the Babaji Sampradaya, but the mood is not there in these books of Babaji Sampradaya translated by them. I'm saying this not because I like Bengali, Hindi, those are Hindi speakers and this and that. No, because the mood of our Goswamis, their mood foremost. Do you understand? So when you speak about Narottam Das Thakur or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, their mood. So, for Sur, like we sometimes quote Suradas, just for attracting people, collecting people, but actually, real is the mood of like Narottama Shamananda Srinivas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Then the Bhava Madhurya is there, like Rup Sanatan, Rup Sanatan Jiva Goswami. Their books is so beautiful. If in one life you get this samskara, then you feel so much happiness. Learn Bengali, everyone. What will you learn? Bengali. Learn Bengali. So beautiful, saras, full of ras, full of mellows, Bengali. The Westerners, they learn, like people learn Western languages like Russian. There are so many devotees from all the world of Mahaprabhu. So if you learn even the Western languages, why not learn Bengali? You feel so much happiness and bliss. To get the conception and the mood of Mahaprabhu, you must learn Bengali. And actually, Bengali Hindi, there's no difference. You just put the hai, for speaking Hindi, you just put the hai in the end. You just put hai and it's Hindi. Beautiful bhav. Thumbs up.